Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to explain column mask in Databricks. So let's understand what is mask. Simply, masking means need to hide the real value and show something else. Like we have an email address, we have a phone number. We can mask this kind of column value with some other value like asterisk. Okay. So in Databricks, we can do masking using two things, one policy and other tag. Okay. So let me click on catalog. When I click on catalog, I can see a list of catalogs here. Okay. Let me click on learn PySpark. When I click on learn PySpark catalog, in the right side, I can see overview, details, permission, policies. Okay. So I need to go to policies and then need to create a new policy. In this policy, I can define how can I mask column that comes under this catalog. Okay. Let's see one by one. First, we need to give the name of policy. Let's give the name column mask. Okay. Or I want to mask phone number based on this policy. Okay. Then let's see phone number mask. Description is optional. Principle and scope means this policy should apply to which users. Okay. Assume we have a multiple users. So we want some user can see a phone number, some user cannot see. Okay. If we want who can see, then we have to specify those principles. If we want some person should not, sorry. If we want this policy applied to some particular user, then we can use that username in this applied to. Okay. Like assume, I don't know, my name is there. Yes. If I am applying this policy to this user, then this particular user ksonu6825 will not be able to see phone number exact value. They will be able to see only mask value. Okay, because the policy is applying to this user. I have a second option except for it me. So whatever users I select in except for, this policy will not be applied to that user. That user will be able to see real value. Okay. I mean exact phone number or exact email address. Okay. So here we have an option to choose this policy will be applied to which user and this policy should not apply to which user. Okay. Next is scope. First, I selected this catalog. So policy will be applied to this catalog. Then again in the catalog we have a multiple schema. If we want the policy should apply to some particular schema, then we can select that schema. If we select all schema, then this policy will be applied to all schema of this catalog. Okay. Now let me show you sync. So when we choose a sync schema, then again I have options. So do we want to apply this policy to all the table of this schema or any particular table? Okay. But I want to create for all schema. Okay. Now again I have an option to choose table condition. So when we choose a no condition, all table in scope, policy will be applied to all tables. Table matching any of this tag. Okay, when I click on this, we need to select a tag. So if the table will have the matching tag, then policy will be applied to that particular table. Okay. So these are the available tags we can choose. If any of the tags are not available here, we can define our custom tags. Okay. But Databricks already gives a multiple tag. If it is not there, we can define our custom expression where we can define our tags. Okay. So this principle and scope part we understood. Next is policy type. Now we have a two policy type. One is row filter, other is column mask. So in this video, we are learning column mask. Okay. Now, when I click on column mask, okay, we can see here it created a policy code. Okay. Now, condition, on what condition policy should be applied. Okay. So specify the column to mask using tag or custom tag expression. So here we have a list of tag. Uh, Let me select anything. I want to select a phone number. Class dot phone number. If any of the column have this tag, if any of the column has this tag, then policy will be applied to that column. First, we saw at catalog, schema, and this table. Now at column. Okay, if any column has this tag, policy will be applied to that column. Okay, so here we saw the list of tag that was available. Assume if some tags are not available, I mean that we want, we have a option column matching custom expression. Okay, here we can define our own tag. Okay, and if column has the same tag, then policy will be applied to that column. Okay, this is custom expression, and this is like Databricks gives a list of expression. We just need to select. Okay, now next is function. Okay, so as of now we learned scope, principal and scope, like policy should apply to catalog, then all schema or selected schema, then particular table or all table. Okay, then we selected policy type, then we selected a column condition. Next is function, like how masking should happen. Okay, so if we are replacing the real value, then what should be the replaced value. Okay, so here if we already have a function, then we can select a function. If we don't have a function, we have a option create. If we know how to create a function, it's fine. If we don't know, we have our Databricks AI, we can ask, Databricks AI will create. But still we have something mask with asterisk. So when I click on mask with asterisk, we can see Databricks created a function. In this function, it is taking input, like it can be phone number, email address, anything, and that value will replace with this star or asterisk. Okay, let's click on create policy. Everything is fine. Okay, no problem. Now please check the syntax of function before creating a policy. Okay, something wrong with syntax. Okay, no problem. If we I just want to select this function. Okay, and let me create a duplicate tab. Something wrong with the syntax. Don't worry. Come to SQL editor, and I will create function here. Okay, because this is very small screen, it's hard to identify what's wrong, but it's okay. Okay, let's run here. Okay, it is running. So function created here. Okay, sometimes it creates problem here, so don't worry, let's go with the select existing. Just now we created. Okay, select function, we know we created inside learn PySpark under default schema mask value. We just created this, right? Select this. Now click on create policy. Okay, the policy has been created. Okay, and it is applying to this principal, means whoever has this email ID and they log in with this email ID, the policy will be applied to this user. Okay, now any column, if the column have or tag phone number, then policy will be applied to that. Okay, let me come to sync. I know I have a one column dim customer. Okay, in the dim customer, let me see the sample data. Sometime it takes time to load, don't worry. Okay, in the phone number we can see the data. Okay, because as of now we have not applied tag on this phone number. Okay, now let me give the tag. Okay, where is the phone number? Let's add tag. Okay, class dot phone number. As soon as we provide a tag, okay, save, this column will be masked. Okay, now come to the sample data. Oh, still, oh yeah, we can see this column get masked. Now we cannot see the value. Okay, we just provided the tag and it got masked. So we provided a tag and it got masked. Okay, if we provide a same tag, this phone number, to any of the column, that will be masked. Okay, because we define the rule, if the column has this tag, that value will be masked. Let's provide a same tag to this column. Okay, it should be masked. Come to the sample data, and this time we can see the customer ID get masked. Okay, so like that we can apply masking on column. Okay, so we created a policy at catalog label. So while creating a policy at catalog label, we had the option to scope for which schema for which table. Okay, now similar policy we can create at table level also. We can see we have a policies. When we click on policies, we can see there is a policy applied here, because this policy we created at catalog label. Okay, and this table comes under that particular catalog, so it inherited that policy. We can see this include inherited. Okay, now if we want, we can create new policy, and this policy will be applied to this particular table. Okay, we can see this learn PySpark schema, learn PySpark catalog, sync schema, and default it selected a dim customer table. So this policy will be applied to this particular table. Okay, similar we can have a policy at schema level. So when I click on schema, again we have an option called policy. Okay, and we can create policy at schema level. And then while creating a policy, we have an option to scope, like what are the tables we want to include under this policy. Okay, so this is all about column mask in Databricks. Thank you.